Talofa everyone, my name is LKPoasa, and this is the last lecture for BUS621 Leadership and Teamwork. Now, going through what we'll be discussing for our table of contents here is the overview of what the last lecture is. Discuss about the 7 key leadership competencies that's seen and as well as practiced during the lecture, and how we can connect it to various leadership styles and how we can use those styles in an organizational success. Now, the first thing, overview of what the last lecture is. This was by Randy Posh. He does discuss in the beginning of him having terminal cancer. It is a last lecture that he would like to do before his passing at Carnegie Mellon University. Basically, in the last lecture, he discusses about his life story and things that the students can learn from these stories. Now, moving to the top 7 leadership competencies that was shown or viewed throughout the lecture. We'll talk about enthusiasm and being enthusiastic, gratitude, 3rd, brick wall, 4th, teamwork, 5, focus on others, 6, enabling people, and 7, indirect learning. Now, the first item is enthusiasm. Now, being just right off the bat with his presentation, he's very enthusiastic about his lecture, even though him facing his medical situation, he was very enthusiastic about his lecture, and it really shows the motivation that he portrayed for getting things done. He also notes how being enthusiastic, it's display of your drive for success, making sure that you're always you have a main goal for any type of task that you're given. Now, there's 2 different types of leaders with motivation. One where they want to get things done, or one that's very enthusiastic and excited to get things done. Having an optimistic, positive emotional connection to your staff makes that positive difference. Now, looking on the type of leadership style that this would connect to is coaching, coaching leadership style. Now, this is an effective leadership that improves performance, motivation, and satisfaction, based off of Shapey 2016. Now, moving on to our second leadership competency, we have gratitude. Now, gratitude, a leader who is grateful towards his or her employees gains their respect. And he also portrayed a lot of gratitude throughout throughout his lecture. Mr. Randy. Now, with that respect and appreciation, he does gain the respect that he with his staff. It creates a relationship between staff and management. It also creates a common goal and builds trust. So, really promotes empathy and compassion. Now, looking at that, it would, for sure relate to servant leadership, because in servant leadership, you show empathy and understanding to others. You're there to serve the community, serve others. So, with gratitude, he does show that appreciation, and how he wants to improve. Um, Now, moving on to the third topic, which would be brick wall. He does share that, with the brick wall, always consider another perspective. Now, thinking of that, we would talk about adaptability. Adaptability to a situation, knowing how to adapt your leadership skills. All of this can be very beneficial because it does demonstrate your grit and determination to accomplish a goal. You're able to adapt to the situation. It displays your drive for success, wanting to do anything to get things done. It does go to adaptive leadership. Now, adaptive leadership concerned with helping people address adaptive challenges. We do discuss this in our readings, how to be adaptive. This is also another great benefit or skill to have as a leader. Now, moving on to teamwork, he also highlights teamwork, um, saying that we can't get there alone. We have to work as a team, succeeding and failing together. Now, leaders who receive coaching are more likely to be goal and relationship oriented, which is the type of leadership that teamwork does um, come into work. Looking on how this can help for an organization is um, it's pretty, I would say, obvious, because working together really helps and builds trust between the organization, as well as in your between your staff, between the leader and your staff, making sure that you guys cooperate with each other, because we can't all get there. We can't get there alone. We have to build trust and build relationships between others. Now, moving on, we have focus on others. Focusing on others and not on yourself, meaning you need to put the needs of others before yours. And that's a direct link to what servant leadership is. Putting, acknowledging others' strengths. You focus on others as far as see where their strengths are, know where for example, for a project, you need to get to know your staff, need to know what their strengths and weaknesses are, because you're able to adapt to a situation. Going back to adaptability, you're able to see what their motivations are, because not everyone has the same motivation. You need to play to their strengths to make sure that you increase productivity in this. So focusing on others and the needs of others is a topic that's very highlighted throughout the last lecture. Okay, now on to the next one, enabling people. Enabling people need to, enabling the dreams of others. Allow mistakes to happen. You never lose that childlike wonder that he really highlights with this and his experience. Knowing people's dreams, because we need to live and learn with um, when it comes down to different situations. um, and this goes to transformational leadership style. With that leadership style, it does challenge and push others to their full potential. You're really, you know yes, accountability of the mistakes that may occur, but um, sometimes mistakes need to be made so that you can learn and improve the um, way things are done. So, excuse me, really enable folks to know how to improve on their skill set, how they can use that new skill set to improve productivity. So, transformational leadership style is very highlighted in enabling folks. And then lastly, it would be indirect learning. Throughout different situations, some folks just view things, but they're unconsciously learning things. They're observing, they're taking the initiative to learn new things and how learn new things to put into action. So that also again links to transformational leadership, challenges and pushes others to their full potential. um, Having the initiative to not only assist with things, but to make changes and in a positive way really benefits the company and organization, because things are always changing in society. So having a staff member or a leader in your organization take initiative, make changes to improve the environment, can go a long way. Now, going back to leadership competencies that were discussed again, is enthusiasm with coaching leadership style, where they're, you know, being optimistic, staying positive, having that really positive difference or connection with your staff. Second is gratitude, which is a leader who's grateful towards their employees. You gain that respect between each other. Also creates that relationship, creates a common ground, and builds trust, which goes to servant leadership. And then third is brick wall. Consider another perspective. Always adapt to your situation. Demonstrate your grit and your determination. Fourth is teamwork. You can't get there alone. You have to, work as a team, play to their strength, to each other's strengths, which connects to coaching. Next is focus on others. Not on just yourself, but put the needs of others above yourself and learn from each other, which can lead to servant leadership. Next is enabling people, enable the dreams of others, let them learn on their own, not necessarily on their own, but with some guidance. Allow for mistakes to happen because they need to learn and how they can improve on their skill set. And then lastly is indirect learning. Uh, having folks make sure that they observe and what they can improve on, taking the initiative to change something, which leads to transformational leadership. And then, with that being said, I do believe that any of these seven or all of these seven leadership competencies can improve your organization. Thank you.